John Havlicek was a 6'5", weighed about 215 maybe, 220. An excellent body type and size for the game. And in his day and age, that was basically the size of a small forward, and occasionally for a big guard. So he was able to play both positions at a high level. And what he did was when he came in the league, he was basically a defensively oriented player who ran up and down the floor catching passes from Bob Cousy, making layups. He'll tell you that, and exactly what he did. He averaged 14 points a game coming off the bench. He went home and he worked on his jump shot. And he worked on his jump shot, and he worked on his jump shot, and came back, and now he's making more jumpers, and he's averaging 19 points a game. And it went on to, as time would go on, would average well into the 20s, of course, and once had a high of 54 in a playoff game. But the point is, he played the two positions, and as a guard, in the beginning he was basically a shooting guard. When the team ran out of playmakers, frankly, after a while, John had to reinvent himself, and he did, to the point as a ball handling guard, as a distributor. When John retired in 1978, having spent so much time as a forward, and having begun his career as the farthest thing from a point guard, he was the 5th highest assist total guy of all time, and the other 4 guys are all point guards. That's how good he got. He had triple doubles before we never codified it. The phrase triple double was invented by, in my opinion and my knowledge, by a Laker PR guy named Bruce Jolish, who, when they had Magic Johnson, came up with the idea that if you had double figures and points, assists, rebounds, he called it triple double. If somebody can contradict that, fine. But that's my recollection of where it came into being. I give Bruce Jolish full credit. We didn't call, but I used to occasionally mention that John had double figures in those, but I didn't give it a name. Okay, but it was happening, and Oscar Robertson did it to the point of a whole full season, but we never gave it a name. Okay. Anyway, John. So at the highest level, and then defense. They didn't invent all defense until 1968. So once they did, he won 8 first-team all defensives. He would have won more if they had the award. Okay, same with Russell. So so John was playing at the highest level at 2 positions, and for the longest point of time. When Tom Heinsohn, I know he used to appreciate this. Tommy Heinsohn used to knew that when the other team is taking their star out, whether it was a guard or forward, in the second period for the traditional blow and in the early fourth, John was still on the floor. So John was able to make hay against the opposition's subs while the other team got a needed and necessary rest. Tommy Heinsohn didn't have to do that with John Havlicek, and he appreciated this. So, I mean, you just can't. The reliability and the clutch ability too. John, you wanted John taking the last shot, but he was just a great all-around basketball player. I stressed offense, defense. There was nobody better collectively, offense or defense, than John Havlicek in his time. Now, so people know how great Oscar Robertson was and how great Jerry West was, and I'm a member of both fan clubs. But I am here to tell you that from roughly 1968 on, the best non-center in the NBA was John Havlicek. Oscar was, not fading, but diminishing a bit. And West was diminishing a bit compared to John Havlicek, and West was, and Oscar was never the defensive player John was. West was quite the equivalent. I agree with that. If anybody's going to be compared to John Havlicek, it would be Jerry West. But anyway, John was the best player in the league.